Greetings, this is Big Brother. Saturday morning, sitting here looking for, or Friday, excuse me, looking for garage sales to go to Saturday. I've got 2 auctions to go to Saturday. There's one in the morning and one at night. But in between that time, I'm going to have about 2 to 3 hours to burn. Probably going to pick up some dinner in between that and then have to kill the rest of the time. So what better way than to go to garage sales? So I'm sitting here flipping through, looking at the usual things like Garage Sale Finder, everybody knows, and Craigslist. And I come across this. It was on the Google page. What never sells at a garage sale? Here are 10 things you should never buy at a yard sale, no matter how cheap they are. Now this got me curious, as it does, so I checked it out. It's from Showbiz Cheat Sheet. I don't know what the hell that is, but you know, it's up there on Google, and people are inclined to believe things. I guess this video is a us versus them kind of video. Let's see how well we do here. So, I actually read the whole article. I didn't base it off of the titles like apparently a lot of people do. It says here there's over 150,000 garage sales every year. Just for reference, this article was written April 3rd, 2018. So it was a couple years before the plague. Yeah, it says here at one yard sale somebody was trying to sell an overabundance of live white mice, and somebody was selling caskets at another one, which, you know, that's a matter of interpretation. I seriously doubt they were caskets for human bodies. I bet they were like what I would refer to as trunks. Yeah. So the first one on the list is baby gear. Now I can understand their point of view. It says here, you know, the older models are unsafe. You don't want to put your child in danger, which is absolutely true. But, you know, from a resale perspective, there's a lot of baby things that you can do. Because they mentioned buying old toys. And they said a lot of the old toys are dangerous. Now, this number 1 refers to babies, and in the example, they used jarts. Yeah, okay. Jarts, for those of you that don't know, can be referred to as lawn darts. I played with them when I was a kid. I wasn't dumb enough to try and catch them. Yeah. Number 2, bike helmets. Now this little blurb down here also refers to motorbike helmets, which is absolutely false. Now come on. There's some big money in helmets. Welder helmets, bike helmets, pedal bike helmets, and motorized bike helmets. You know, it says be careful. Damage may not be evident, but cheap helmets are available new, yes, but the cheap helmets, you get what you pay for, okay? It says here they should be replaced anytime you crash and you hit your head. Yeah, there's a lot of jokes there. Yeah, I cannot agree with that. That's not the facts. Mattresses. Now this is when I wholeheartedly agree. I have problems buying used mattresses. It just seems too gross. I'm sorry. I don't care if they're in plastic, because it's too easy to put plastic on things and say, oh yeah, you know, it's new. Their reasoning here is the bed bug risk is real. It is real. I've dealt with those damn pests. They're not cheap to get rid of, and they take a while to get rid of them completely. We're talking $1,500 in 6 months. I'm very cognizant of the ever-present danger of bugs, seeing as how I have cardboard boxes a lot, and critters love cardboard boxes. They live in them. Yeah, mattresses, I have to agree. Non-stick cookware. The older non-sticks, they're collector items. They sell. They sell pretty decently. I don't have a problem selling them as long as they're in decent condition. They're not full of scratches and stuff at all. On the bottom, which this little blurb here makes a reference to, the older ones, there was a big recall on Tefal. I don't know, maybe it was 20, 30 years ago. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, they put out a bunch of non-stick stuff and then yanked them off the market because of the chemicals that they put down to make things non-stick. Now, advancements have come a long way since then. So, just be aware that if there's scratches or chips in the Tefal, I'm not likely to buy them that way anyway. Yeah. Electronics. Now this one, I think everybody can disagree with. It just talks about how quickly technology evolves and that you can buy them cheaper, newer, smaller. So, don't buy these things. Oh boy, if that isn't this, that is just totally wrong. Now you have to do your comps like everything else, but I've sold TVs, small TVs, and they probably go to the video game community. You've seen all kinds of people out there, like I saw one, the latest one, Flippy McFlipperson, or did one where he sold a TV. I've sold those, and they're not hard to package, people. Boxes of old LPs. Well, I think we can all agree that this one's wrong. But it does make a statement to find the rare, the ones that sell the best out of a whole bunch of, let's see, its exact words. Collectible vinyl records can sell for thousands of dollars, which, which may, by snapping up a box of vintage LPs, seem like a smart investment, but your chances of finding a gem are slim. I disagree with that statement. As anyone who has flipped through a crate of records at a garage sale, you can tell most of what you find is pretty worthless unless you're in the market for old Herb Albert or Engelbert Humperdinck recordings. And yeah, that's true. I find a lot of those out there. If you educate yourself on vinyls, you'll know that some 78s are worth some money. So make sure you do research, and I mean real research. Yeah, shoes. I know a lot of you are going to have problems with this. I have a problem with that. It says, aside from the U factor, which as a reseller, I don't see an U factor. I mean, you're always looking at condition, right? I think they're taking the worst of why you shouldn't buy this stuff and not taking into account that you can find good shoes or almost good shoes. It says here, worn-in shoes have been molded to somebody else's feet. Now, if you pick up a shoe and you see a permanent imprint of a foot, you're not going to buy them, okay? What maybe you shouldn't be. Which can make them uncomfortable for other people to wear. Some people collect shoes. Used running shoes are particularly a bad bet, since they may be worn out and they may not have the support you need to protect your feet. Unless you've stumbled into a pair of designer shoes in good condition, or that one-of-a-kind vintage item, you're probably better off buying them new. That is a bunch of hoo-ha. It says swimsuits. You clothing people out there, you know this not to be true. I know this not to be true, especially when you're talking about vintage wear. You wouldn't buy somebody else's underwear, so why would you buy a swimsuit? Well, there's people out there that buy underwear. We know this. Aside from the gross out factor, there's another reason to steer clear of yard sale bikinis. It says chlorine in pools can quickly wreck the swimsuit, causing colors to fade and break down. I mean, what? Are they thinking people aren't looking at the products before they purchase them? Come on. This is a stupid statement. If you're buying them for you, you're going to make sure it's good for you, right? Bath and body products. Now, I'm kind of I'm 50-50 on this. The creams and the salves and stuff, I wouldn't buy them if they're really old. The perfumes, though, you'd buy those, right? It says here, the old stuff never lasts and then it loses its potency, which is true with medical products. Even if they're cheap, you should steer clear. Contamination is a concern, but there's always a chance that these open products won't work as well as their newer counterparts, which is a load of crap. I think they changed the chemical names on some of them, but it's the same ingredients. Like most things in life, skin care products, toiletries, and beauty products don't last forever. Once opened, the clock starts ticking on these items. I think the clock starts ticking when they actually fill the bottles, to be honest with you. Let's see. Expired perfume could smell a little bit off. Or could be filled with water. That's their reasoning in here. But, a little common sense goes a long way. Puzzles and games. I wholeheartedly disagree with this number 10. It says here you could pick up a cheap puzzle or a board game, but you'll find out there's a missing piece or pieces, and that's their whole thing. Plus, you never, you're not going to sit there and count all the Scrabble tiles, but, Scrabble tiles sell. Just pieces and parts. They don't take this stuff into account. Maybe they're thinking, from the buyer's standpoint. If you're talking to a buyer, hey, don't buy used games and puzzles. Yeah, duh. I mean, but as resellers, parts. People want to complete the games they have. People want just the pieces for crafting or doing whatever they do with them. So yeah, that's a big no-no. I give a score of 1 out of 10 on this, being that I find this article to be a load of crap. I have to agree with the mattresses. That's an ooh factor. That's personal. You may have a differing view, but I've dealt with bugs, and I don't want that headache or that financial drain again. So I'm very cognizant of what I bring home. Yep. There's that. And, it also says don't buy upholstered chairs and stuff. Now, that's not something I agree with. I've flipped stuff on Facebook Marketplace before. That was like that, the cookware, that's conditioned. Most of this stuff here is conditioned. The electronics, I just cannot agree with. That's, hey, don't buy this old 80-pound TV for, $5? Go buy a brand new one for $80. yeah, no. The reason a lot of people buy the old stuff is because the shit lasts. Um, yeah, so there, I thought this was kind of humorous. Maybe it wasn't enlightening. I thought it was overall stupid. But yeah, there it is. So, what do you guys think? Is there something at a garage sale or a flea market, or something that you would not sell? Put it in the comments below, and give a brief explanation why you would not buy it. Is there something on this list that you agree with? The cribs I'm kind of iffy on, but for the simple fact that it says don't buy older toys, that bothers me. um, you're talking about babies, and then they list lawn darts. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's that. Put a comment down there. Tell me what you wouldn't buy and a brief explanation why. And yeah, that's it. Hey, Big Brother out. Gotta get ready. Got a busy, busy weekend. I'll be bringing you videos. I'm going to an antique and vintage tool auction. So if you're into tools, this will be the one to check it out. Now, I probably won't go to that auction. I don't know enough about old tools to be confident in what I buy, and confidence is a big thing with me. Yeah, I could sit there and look at comps all day long, but yeah, I might do one or two. I know old planes sell, and old saws sell, and old levels sell, stuff like that. Just enough to be dangerous. Let's see, I'm open arms. I don't know whether I want to buy. I have to make a decision to either go to an estate sale or an auction. At the auction, it's going to be oil and gas, Petroliana. A lot of cool stuff. It'll get me a lot of views, and I'll be able to buy. I only suspect maybe 2 or 3 things. I've been to those kind of auctions, and collectors galore. So, as a reseller, bidding against collectors is difficult. Or like I said, the estate sale, it's going to be all knickknacks, brick-brack, kitschy stuff, which is stuff I like to sell. But it's not held by an estate company or an auction company. It's going to be run by the owner. So that could be a problem. I'll go into that at a later date, what kinds of estate sales there are, because there are a few different kinds of estate sales and how you can come across them. And then at night, I'm going to just a generalized, it's hard to say what they have. The picture showed like 6 things, but, it's an auction and it's a consignment place, so it might have stuff I want, might not. I might show up and there not be anything for me. Don't think you have to buy everything. You don't. Just walk away. You don't need to justify driving an hour and a half, which this trip is. South. There we go. Anyway, everybody be profitable, and ta-ta for now.